Hi, friends. Doc South here, and older than dirt South here at your service. I was just thinking. I don't know as I have done a video on this particular topic, but it's no secret that I am truly older than dirt. I'm another year or so, year two maybe, year or two. I'll be like 80. Yeah, but I feel pretty good. Now, it doesn't mean I won't keel over, sometime at lunch, but I I don't think so. I feel pretty good as let me just make sure. Yeah, I got a pulse, and I am breathing, and able to stand up, and heck, I can even run a little if I have to. But one thing I think is good if as you get older, depending on your situation, now you got to make sure you check with the doctor that it's okay for you and stuff. And I'm not a doctor. I just play one on the internet. Yeah, Doc South. But I will tell you this: I have found, and I think my doctor would agree, that it's best to stay active as best you can. Now, yeah, if you can't be active, well, there's not much you can do. But but if you can be active, it's good to go out and if you're older, even if you got a fortune coming in yeah, in investments you did while you were younger. Even if you got that, it's still good. It's a great idea to get out there and do something. At that point, maybe you could do something as a volunteer somewhere, helping out in the park or wherever, and just be of use. But I find, in my case, I like working in supermarkets. So I have a supermarket about 15, 20 miles from here where I work in Acme. And I, um, I think today I'm working in the produce department and I might be working in the frozen food department. It's not a lot of money, but at the end of the week, it adds up to say $400 or $500 if you get a full weekend. Sometimes I only get 2 or 3 days worth of work. Other times, God, they want you in there for 7 days. So it averages out to about 400 or 500 take home in that neck of the woods, and it helps. It helps. Social Security puts the cap on it, and a few other investments from early days. And then my wife Sandy works. She's quite a bit younger than me, so she's not quite retired yet, but she works with an antique business and does very well at that. You see what I'm saying? Um, Also, I do things like, I've written books. I want to get another one done, but I mean, they're just simple books. I just write them. I don't send them off to a publisher. I mean, you could, and maybe the publisher would like it or not, but you can go to a printer in your town and have them make up the book. That's what this was. I wrote the book, uh, transferred it to. Actually, I wrote it on the computer. The printer took it off the computer. I have no idea how you do that, but he did, and he started printing these up with spiral binders. And I had the best time selling these things. I entertained people, and I made a few bucks in the process. These are two. This was a book about our Basset Hound Millie and a typical day in her life, where she ruled with an iron paw. Aunt Barb's Magic Oven. Just a, just a plain old story. It was a pretty good story too. And then I did one where I did a book where it was all just little, what I would call blurps, daily blurps, where I just a little bit of advice and maybe something interesting and move on to the next day kind of book. Neat. And people liked them. Again, I didn't get rich on it. I made a profit, but mostly it was fun doing it. And, it helped. You might consider such things. There might be other things you can do. Maybe there's a way you can do some maybe you can teach kids how to fish properly, or uh, boat safety, or maybe you could be a driving instructor. I don't know. The choices are endless, and you'll have a good time. And there you go. My brother, for instance, you know what he likes to do? He likes to deliver pizzas, and he does a great job of it. He knows his town, Hackettstown. He can find a place pretty quick, gets that pizza out to the people. They give him a tip. He brings the money. He gives them the pizza. They give him the money, for the pizza and a tip, and then he brings the money back to the pizzeria and keeps the tip. And I think they pay him a little bit also for his time. He does okay, and he uses that for fun money. He and the wife. I mean, you get right down to it. It's the idea of just sitting around moping, uh, bewailing your fate that you're old, might not be such a good idea. Get out there and do what you can. Dance instructor, I think I may have mentioned that. That'd be cool. Um, Musician, maybe you know how to play an instrument. You get in with a band, marching band or something like that. Just don't sit around on your tush, unless that's doctor's orders. But I think most doctors will tell you to think of something you can do. A hobby you've always wanted to try, an adventure you always wanted to try, uh, some some project you always wanted to learn about. Maybe you'd be good at. I may have already mentioned this, but doing fishing lures, or maybe teaching kids how to fish. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot you can do. The possibilities are absolutely endless, and it'll make you happier. And I'll bet you would add 3 or 4, maybe 5 years to your life doing that kind of thing, and you'll be happy in the process. So I'm just saying it's not a bad thing to try, and the more you can think of to do in your community, or in if you're in a small town, the small town business scene, the more you can think of to do, the better. The better. Okay. I just thought I'd say I have to get up to work now. They'll be looking for me at the supermarket today. I think I work in the floral department, helping there a little. Not that I know much about flowers, but they'll keep an eye on me. And produce. No, produce maybe. And then also, I think I have to go work in the frozen food locker for a bit. Which, by the way, if you're going to do that, yeah, wear layers. Get your thermals out, by all means. You got long johns, put them on. Because in that frozen cooler, it's about 5 below zero. Yeah, no fun at all. Gloves, yes. Yeah, don't be silly. Put your gloves on, or your fingers will fall off. Good Lord, yes. The younger people can take it, but no, if you're older, don't. No, don't even think about it. Dress for the occasion. Okay. But you see what I'm saying? You'll have a ball. Maybe think of something you've always wanted to do. Maybe you always wanted to be a boiler maker. Well, maybe they'll hire you. It can't hurt to go ask if there's a shop where they're repairing boilers. Go see if they can use a guy. If nothing else, you can lug bricks, fire bricks down into the boiler room. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You learn how to roll tubes in the boiler, that kind of, yeah, or how to adjust burners. You see what I'm saying? There's, you've got all sorts of uh, time available. See what maybe you can find that might be a treat for you. Just saying. I'll see you later. God bless, and ta ta. I've got to get to work. Bye now.